Yeah, g'day viewers, Mr. Sean Thompson poking along, not bad things. Today's episode of Shawnee Does Some Cool Stuff. We're building some underbody protection, viewers. This is the underbody protection off young Jack Jack. V8 mate. Yeah, copy. And it's plastic. So that one's plastic. They're the two front ones. They cover up the bottom of the radiator and that sort of section in there. They're steel. They're not too bad, although they are a little bit bent, but that's all right. We will sort that out at another day. So what I'm doing, viewers, so why I'm building some underbody protection is because my sump's bent. As you can see there's got a bit of a dent in it because the plastic guard sits sort of here and goes back there. Anyway, viewers, I've been in the shipping container and I've dug deep and I have found myself a piece of 2.5mm checker plate. It's sitting on the jack at the moment very dodgily because I was thinking, you know, this could work. Anyway, so basically, viewers, I'm going to drill some holes and cut some stuff and weld some stuff and do some things, and we're going to put this piece of checker plate up under here and make a big long skid plate for the underneath of Jack Jack so I don't bend me sump, because, you know, a hole in the sump is not a good day in the office, copy? And I keep doing dumb stuff in him and he needs some protection. So that's what we're up to, viewers. So the idea today is I'm going to try and work out how we're going to work out to put this on here, to do that on there, so it all looks nicely and neatly, and sustainability and stuff. Make it strong, make it easy to get off, make it strong. Copy? Copy. So that's what we're up to. We're going to come off these two little mount holes here, these two holes here. There's a hole there and a hole there, and then this hole, like what's that bloody thing there called? Automatic transmission. The automatic transmission, that thing there, cover is going to catch you later, love you long time, bye bye. And this whole plate will just go straight back to the cross member on the back of the transmission. I'm going to stand up some pieces of flat so they stand upright this way and weld along here. Add some bracing, obviously not right there because it'll hit the diff, but you know, in some spots where I can get at it. I'm going to weld it along there, so yeah, it'll be easy to get and maneuver and do everything. And then these two plates on the front here, viewers, I'm going to stick them over the top of this so I can still get to the filter easy. Change the filter, I'm going to drill a hole in here somewhere so I can still drop the oil out without taking that off when I'm doing services and stuff. And yeah, that's the plan, viewers. So that's what I'm up to today. First things first, mark some holes, find centre, and yeah, do all that sort of stuff. Right, viewers, this is where we're up to. Drilled some holes, we've got it sitting up there on the jack. My holes are not central, but that's all right, because what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to recess them like they have done with these ones here. See how it's got a big square and then the nut goes, the bolt actually goes up inside it and it sits in there, and actually that section there actually holds that bit up. So we're going to have to do the same sort of thing. I'll do a bit different to what they've done there though with ours. So I'm going to drill bigger holes, get some pipe or some RHS or something, and then cut like little spaces and stick in it. So far this is what it's going to half look like. It's not bad, thanks. These are the two holes I've picked up here. There's another two there, there's another two there, there's another two there, and another two at the back. So I'm just trying to work out how to get it all lined up and measured. I've measured center on this, on the piece of checker plate, but none of the holes are center from the car. These two here weren't too far off it, but yeah, they're not center with the car. So measuring from, say, that point to that point, then finding center and then measuring center from there out, they're the same space apart, but they're not center to the car, which is making it difficult to work out where the holes are, but that's all right, we will get there in the end. So it's going to be a bigger job than what I actually thought it was going to be. Simple fact, it's just going to take a lot of measuring and swearing and gutting and shutting and stuff. But that's all right, viewers, we will get there in the end. I will show you the half sort of process that I've worked out to make it. My math is not awesome, and I have a 2-inch tolerance when it comes to measuring stuff, so that's going to be fun. We're going to use this thing a fair bit, die and grind holes out to make them work, and then we'll sort it out after the fact. That's all right, we'll get there in the end. Now, some of you might say, Shawnee, why don't you just go and buy some underbody protection plates? Because I don't want to, all right? I want to do it myself because I enjoy doing this sort of stuff. I'm a tinkerer, tinkerer, so that's why I'm doing it this way. Copy? Copy. Copy. Right, viewers, progress update now. I want you to not be so critical of me. Copy? That'll do. Remember that I am doing this literally outside next to some shipping containers on unlevel ground. in the dirt, rolling around on some bloody bits of rubber that's off the back of the caravan out the back of Happy's place here. Copy. Progress update. I've got it on there, mate. 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where they're gonna sit. Got the 2 at the back. Have a go, mate. You remember I told you that nothing's level and lined up? Well, that's what I had to do. How good does that look? Anyway, I'm going to cut that out. That's where the space is going to go. So it worked out all right anyway. These ones here, I had to do the same with them just to get it all level, because none of the bolts are off center. None of them are the same distance from anywhere else. Anyway, what I did basically, I found center of the sheet of tin. It's all square. The sheet of checker plate is all square, viewers. And then I measured from that edge of the cross member to that edge of the cross member, found center of that, got that. And from here to here, and then found center, got that. And then I was able to measure and mark all my holes from center, and then just transfer it onto the back of the sheet of checker plate and mark it all from there. Next mission, viewers, is see around here. See how it's touching there, and you could probably see it's going to be, if I bolted up there, it's just going to bend that piece and protrude down. So I'm going to go around now and draw around where I've got to cut all this out, just to make it so it fits all nicely around the bloody everything. Still got to cut a hole for the sump plug, and I'm going to put, I don't know yet whether I'm going to put some slots in here, just so if any dirt debris gets in there, it can get back out. And then I've got to work out where I can put my pieces of angle. I've worked out, if you can see these car ramps? See how the piece of angle are like that? I'm going to put some pieces of angle like that on top of the on top of this side of the piece of checker plate, and that is what's going to give us our strength. So I've got a heap of angle in there. I didn't have much flat, otherwise, remember viewers, I've had this, I'm trying to use all scrap steel because, you know, just a bit of a mission, tidy up some of the scrap around Pappy's place that I found, and yeah, it's coming up really good and I'm really happy with it. It's not going to be as pretty as I bought one. I'm going to go get it painted. I'll get a local painter shop in here to paint it for me when we're finished. I'm going to get it painted pink, and it's going to be sick. And yeah, I want to do this myself. That's why I didn't go out and buy one, as I said before. So still got a little bit of work to do, but yeah, this is what we're doing, viewers. Right, viewers, now I'm going to show you a little trick that I learnt. Now, in there, that hole there, there's a gap there. There's a gap there that I've got to fill up with a piece of something, and I need to find the measurement of how thick that gap is. So what I'm going to do, viewers, real quick here, I'll put this down somewhere and I'll show you. Righto, now I've got the block up there pushing hard up against there, and I have a set of verniers. So basically, stick your bloody verniers up the hole. It's got a little dicky on the little flicky dicky on the thing. Stick it up there, get it off your bit of flat plate, slide it down, boom. That minus the width of your bit of checker plate there, mate. Checker plate's 2mm, and then we can say we need a 20mm spacer because it's 2mm over. Hope you guys can see that. Go there, because as you can see, there's a little bit of bloody burr there from when I was bloody drilling that out with the die grinder. Copy. 2mm for the plate. See it? 20mm spacer. Happy days. Happy days. Alright, mate, this is where we're up to. We've missed a few steps. Well, you guys missed a few steps. I didn't miss any steps. So we've cut it out around the front here, and we've cut the centers out where the cross member mounts. So the cross member basically sits through there, and 2 bolts at the back. And yes, the kids painted my fingernails. I have 2 little girls, mate. If you're a dad and you have 2 little girls and you don't have your fingernails painted, what's wrong with you? Hey? What is wrong with you? Anyway, we've got to make the spaces for the back. Now, I've just been going through the scrap steel in the shipping container here, trying to find the spaces in the back. And then what we're going to do, viewers, I'll show you. I've got some angle here, and I've got some RHS. Now, those rough marks there are roughly where the cross member is, so I knew how to work out how far I can go. So I'm going to weld these on there like that. One there, one behind the bolt here, and one there, and then a few little strengthening ones in here, and then the diff housing sits here, so there'll be another one there, I think. I've just got to measure that out. It's a bit hard because I'm laying down under the car, and Yeah, I'm laying underneath the card. It's just awkward. But yeah, so I'll have one there, and that'll go underneath the transmission, underneath the automatic transmission. And this one here will go underneath the sump. And the diff housing sits about there, and the sump sits about here. So I've just got to work out how much room I've got there, and if I can use a piece of angle iron or a smaller piece of box. But we're getting there. We are getting there, and we're getting there sensationally, viewers. Let's do it. Let's do it. Alright, viewers, welcome back. Day number 2, new shirt, happy days. Got dark last night and couldn't do much more filming. Anyway, this is where I got up to. Welded the squares on for the back, for the spacers, so they fit perfectly. Had to go on and off a heap of times. I actually monumentally stuffed it up and I put the squares in the wrong spot, so I had a bit of filling in with the welder to do. Anyway, come up pretty mint on the other side. Look, you can barely tell, mate. Happy days. Yoo. Anyway, next mission is to put the pieces of angle in here. So we're going to go out to, Pappy's got a big pile of scrap out the back. Going to go find some angle. 50x50 I'm going to use, and some RHS. So I think I'm going to go angle on this side, on the outsides, and a couple pieces of RHS in here, because the RHS will be a little bit shorter, just to give it, if it does get a dent in this pan, just to give it a bit of room away from the bottom of the transmission pan. And then yeah, once I do that, wife has got to take the car this morning, so I've got to make it so she can drive it. Worst thing about using the family car to do mods. Worst thing about doing them. You right, mate? Yeah, I'm right. Here you go. Worst thing about using the family car to do mods on it is you need to make it still mobile, because wifey needs to still have a car. Take kids to do whatever they've got to do. And then I've got to lay it back up under there and yeah, make some brackets and plates and stuff to go on this side to keep this side strong and not flex, because we're trying to stop the dents in the sump. Copy? Copy. Trademark, repping the trademark today. You guys know what that's all about. Mental health. If you struggle with mental health, reach out, talk to someone and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, happy days. Holy bloody dooly, look at the hairdo on that thing. Anyway, viewers, we're up to, just bolted this back in. Had to make up some spacers, so just tack them in, sit it up under there. While I had it under there checking to make sure the spacers were going to work, I drew some lines. Look at it, look at it. We're moved into the shipping container at the moment because it's really windy out there, and when I was welding, you can see it's terrible. Anyway, so cleared the bench off in the shipping container, moved in here. It was in here, so it was dark and I'm blind, so it's hard to measure and stuff. That's what we're doing. So, you guys see that? Of course you can see that. Come a bit closer. There. Sump sits here. That's the cross member. Sits about there, curves around sort of thing there. The diff housing sits there. So I have a little gap there, have a big gap here, and a couple of little gaps there and a gap there. So I'm going to cut some pieces of angle iron and some box section and some different height stuff. That width, that length, that, just to, and before I weld it in, we're going to sit it, just a couple little tacks on it, sit it up there and there, see how it looks. On the back section, basically I can put anything in there because the sump pan, the sump for the trans sits up really high. So I want to do a couple across that way and a couple down that way, just to give it the sideways strength as well as the lateral strength. Look at me, big words, eh? Not bad, thanks. Anyway, we'll go and cut some steel and we'll see how it looks. Copy. Righto viewers, it's all tacked on, mate. This is what I've done. I got rid of the angle iron and I found some RHS. Not bad, thanks. So this is where the sump was, this is where the diff sits, and this is the little construction that I have made. This is what I've done at the back. So right along the edges to stop the edges curling up, and then a brace in the middle. I think that'll be enough because cross members here and the cross members here, so there's plenty of support either end. It's just in the middle that I was worried about. So with that being said, let's go fit it up and see where it's going to hit, where it's going to touch, where I have to move anything. It's only tacked at the moment. Then I'll bring it back in here, clamp it all to the bench and weld it properly. It's a bit of an effort to fit it. I haven't showed you guys, but I've done this like a lot of times now. I'm going to show you how hard it is to fit it up. Righto. That one. That one. Remembering viewers, I'm trying to make this as light as possible because I don't want to add too much weight to the car, because we're already up on GPM when it comes to towing the caravan and stuff. So I want to be able to do this. Right, I made a quick little SD card swap. It ran out of SD card while I was throwing that up there for you, so you missed out on that. Anyway, it all fits and nothing hit. So we're going to duck in here, we're going to weld it on. I have got a cheeky time lapse on the go, so we'll time lapse into that and we'll weld it on there. Yeah, and it all fits, it's all going to be sick. I have got a undercoat, go through, grind up all the welds and all that sort of stuff. Some people like seeing all the welding and the grinding and stuff, some people don't, so I'm going to time lapse everything I do from now on, just so, I don't know, I'll put it in there. If you don't want to watch it, well, skip it, or just watch it and don't be gay. Okay, love you, bye. Righto mate, we are done. I hope you guys enjoyed the time lapse. I ran out of black paint right at the very end, so I got the outside, the underside that you see done really well. This side here needs another coat, but it'll be fine. I've got heaps and heaps of undercoat under it, so it shouldn't rust, won't rust or anything. I think it came out mint. It's a bit hard. It'll be a bit hard for you guys to see that in the camera, but yeah, it did come out mint. Really happy with it. Yeah, so just let that dry for a couple of hours and then go and bolt it up under the car, and yeah, job done mate. Happy days, we are protected. Another quick little thing guys, if you do like my videos, please give us a follow, give us a like, give us a heart, give us a subscribe, give us everything. Copy. If you yeah, do like my videos and my content, I post on all the social media platforms, so if you want to find us, just type in Mr. Shawnee Thompson and you will find us. Look for the pink Australia logo that you guys have seen on the front of our caravan, and on our logo on our work shirts. Obviously I haven't got the logo on the trademark, but poking along, not bad, thanks. Yeah, happy days. Don't forget guys, be kind to each other, it's not that hard. That was holy wicked.